Let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated position, whether it be legs crossed or lotus pose, or your heels by your seat in Virasana or hero pose. And begin to bring your awareness to your breath to settle in. If you'd like to be receiving energy in your practice today, you can sit with your palms open facing up. Or if you'd like a little bit more grounding, you can put your palms down. As you bring your awareness to your breath, focus on making each inhalation and exhalation longer than the last. You can add a slight constriction to the back of your throat to really generate that ujjayi breath. Creating that nice oceanic sound. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly to really feel your breath going in, rising your belly and your chest, and going out as it sinks in. I like to take this time to focus on any parts of my body that may need a little extra love and send that love directly to those spots. If you'd like to set an intention for yourself for today's practice, you can do that now, whether it be to practice a little bit more gratitude or patience. You can have that intention there as a reminder each time you come back to your breath. Place your right hand open in front of you and bend in your ring and pinky finger, leaving your middle and index and thumb fingers extended. Place your index and middle fingers on your third eye and extend your pinky and thumb to prepare for Nadi, shodhana, pranayama, or alternate nostril breathing. Begin by pressing your thumb against your right nostril and deeply inhaling through the left. At the top of the breath, press your pinky to your left nostril as you release your thumb and exhale through your right. Keeping your pinky pressed against your left nostril, inhale back through your right until you reach the top. Once you're at the top of your inhalation, release the pinky on the left side and press your thumb against your right nostril as you exhale through your left nostril. Inhale back through the left, releasing the thumb on the right to exhale through your right nostril. Repeat this for 2 more breaths, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left, inhaling back through the left, and exhaling through the right. Nadi shodhana breathing helps to clear and release toxins while reducing stress and triggering our parasympathetic nervous system. It also helps to alleviate some allergies and brings balance to our left and right hemispheres of our brain. Release your fingertips from your third eye, resting your hands on your knees, palms open. Inhale, reaching your fingertips through the sky, eyes follow. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, fingertips reach to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand finding the back of the right knee while the right hand reaches behind you. Each inhale, crown of the head reaches, and exhale. Inhaling back through center, twist to the left side, back of the right hand meets the back of the left knee. Left hand finds the ground. Feel the stretch through the side body. Inhale, reaching up, eyes follow, and exhale, hands through heart center. Take a moment here to touch base with your intention. And we will all meet in child's pose, fingertips reaching to the top of your mat as your hips drop back and meet your heels. Feel the stretch through the back of the body. If it is too much for your arms to be out in front of you, you may bring your elbows back closer to your ears. On your next inhale, gently lift the upper body off of the top of the thighs, and using your fingertips, walk yourself over to your left-hand side, reaching with the right hand to feel a nice side body stretch on the right side. Exhale, sinking deeper into the stretch, and on an inhale, walk yourself over through the center to the right side of your mat, reaching with the left fingertips, feeling the nice stretch through the left-hand side of the body. Exhale, deepening the stretch, and inhale back through center. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. Using your next inhale, rise and come to meet in a tabletop position. Wrists directly below elbows, elbows directly below shoulders. Knees align with your hips, and the tops of your feet gently find the mat. But now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing. Inhale, belly drops, gaze looks up to the sky. And exhale, rounding through the spine, gaze looking towards your belly button. Using your breath, flow through cat-cow 3 times. Inhaling, belly drops. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Because I'm still in love with you, I want to see you dance again. Cause I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. On your last exhale and cat-cow, take a moment to add any movements that feel good to your body. Swaying of the hips or moving your neck from side to side. When you're ready, tuck the toes and using your core, lift your knees off the ground a few inches. Stay here for 3 deep breaths. Inhale to feel the belly fill. Exhale and feel the core tighten. Drop your knees and allow the tops of your feet to find the mat. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round through the spine, contracting in your abs. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, lifting the knees a few inches off the ground, using your core to stabilize your body. Lower your knees and go into another round of cat-cow, inhaling as your gaze rises, belly drops. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. On your inhale, lift your knees off the floor for your last round. Engaging your core, feeling the fire in your midsection through your shoulders, actively pushing through the ground. And exhale, lowering the knees. On your inhale, reach the left arm to the sky, eyes follow, and thread the needle, bringing your left arm under the right, allowing your cheek to find the mat. If your body allows for it and you would like to deepen your stretch, You can twist your right arm around, allowing your fingertips to find the upper thigh. Stay here for 3 breaths. If you took the bind, release the right hand from the thigh, opening up to find a stretch, and bring the right hand to the ground. Opening up to the left side, left fingertips reach out next to your body as your gaze follows, allowing your right cheek to find the mat. On an inhale, open the side body, left hand reaches up, gaze follows, and allow your left hand to find the mat as your right hand reaches up, gaze follows. Thread the needle under the left arm and allow the right cheek to find the mat. If you took the bind on the other side and would like to do it now, you can open the left arm up and reach behind the back to find the opposite thigh. If you took the bind, release now, inhaling, left arm reaches. Allow it to find the mat as you open up the right side body, right fingertips reaching as your left cheek finds the mat. On an inhale, open to the right side, right fingertips reaching to the sky, and exhale, allowing them to find the mat. Inhale, tucking the toes. Exhale, reaching the hips to the sky for our first downward facing dog of the day. Take your time to walk your dog out, bending through the left knee and then the right, rotating your ankles, any movements that feel good to you, before we finally find ourselves in our active resting pose. Heels actively reaching to the earth, hips actively reaching to the sky, shoulder blades down our back, fingertips spread, pushing through the ground. Inhale up to your toes and exhale, walk yourself up to the front of your mat. Bending forward, take your time to feel the stretch through the backs of your legs and your hamstrings. Allow your arms to dangle down in front of you like a rag doll. Allow your hands to find opposite elbows, and on an inhale, engage your core and begin to sway from side to side, gently lifting the body using your obliques. Exhale into a forward fold, rounding through the spine. And inhale, flattening the back, gaze lifting. Exhale, forward fold, and inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold, inhale, reverse swan dive, arms reaching. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold, and inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms reaching up as your gaze follows, and exhale, hands through heart center. Allow your palms to open by your side for mountain pose. Feet should be in line with your hips, and allow a slight tuck in the pelvis, creating warmth as your lower abs engage. Allow your shoulder blades to fall down your back, and bring your shoulders away from your ears while keeping your chest open and proud, the crown of the head reaching for the sky as your fingertips energetically reach out. Inhale, reaching your arms to the sky, and exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, arms reach, and exhale, swan dive to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back, exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms reach up as your gaze follows, and exhale, fold. Walk yourself to the back of your mat, allowing your hands to frame your left foot as we go into a low lunge, dropping the top of the right foot to the mat. Feel the stretch through the right quad and left hamstring as you inhale, arms up, bicep by your ears. If this is too much, you can bring your hands to heart center or to your hips. I often find myself placing my hands on my hips so I can ensure that both hips are facing forward. In many of our postures, we tend to overcompensate on one side or the other, especially in our standing postures like warrior or crescent lunge. I like to take this opportunity to check to ensure that both hips are facing forward. If they are not, you may bring your left leg back, or you may move your right knee forward a bit to allow for this to happen. Exhale your hands down to frame the left foot, and inhale, opening up the left arm as your gaze follows. On your exhale, bring your left hand down to the inside of the left foot, and inhale as your right arm reaches up and gaze follows. Exhale your right hand down to meet the left on the inside of your left foot, and bring your elbows down to meet the mat, gently lowering yourself into lizard pose. If you experience any pain in this pose, you can keep your hands on the mat rather than bringing your elbows down. Just try and meet yourself where you are. Some days I find lizard pose to be extremely uncomfortable due to tightness in my hips or quads. Wherever you feel any discomfort that isn't pain, send your breath there. Try to actually envision your breath lengthening your muscles. Take your time coming out of this pose, bringing your hands to the mat and tucking your right toes as you push back slowly into downward facing dog. Take a minute here to feel the difference in your left side versus your right. Is it more loose, more open, any tighter? Be aware of how your body feels in this moment. On an exhale, lower yourself to your knees, allowing your hips to drop back to your feet and reach forward for a quick child's pose. Tuck your toes as you inhale and exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your heels off the mat, and exhale to walk yourself to the front of your mat for a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms reaching to the sky, and exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, and exhale, let it all out, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk yourself to the back of your mat, allowing your hands to frame your right foot now as we go into a low lunge on the opposite side, dropping the top of the left foot to the mat. Breathe, feeling the stretch through the left side body now. Notice the differences in this side versus the other, and send your breath to any spots you feel need attention. Inhale, reaching the arms up, biceps by the ears or hands on your hips. Feel the stretch through the left quad. Exhale, hands down to plant to frame the right foot. And inhale, opening the right arm as your gaze follows to your fingertips. Exhale, right hand plants on the inside of the right foot, and inhale, opening the left arm as your gaze follows. Exhale your left hand down to meet the right as you prepare for lizard pose. Walk yourself down to your elbows and breathe into the right side. Maybe this side allows you to go into half lizard, and maybe it doesn't, and that's okay. You can get just as much out of this pose keeping your hands on the mat. Slowly bring yourself out of the pose, tucking the toes and pushing back into downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. Take a mental note of how your body feels now after taking the pose on the opposite side. Are there any tight spots? Any imbalances? If there are any sticky spots left, send your breath there. Exhale, dropping to your knees, come down into a child's pose and slowly make your way onto your belly, resting your forehead on your mat for 1 breath. On an inhale, roll over, making your way onto your back. Take a minute here to bring your hands to your hips. If you feel space between your sacrum and the ground, use your hands to tilt your hips under you, diminishing that space and bringing your lower back flat to your mat. With both hands on your belly, lift both feet off of the ground so that your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Knees directly over your hips, ankles in line with your knees. Feel your abs contract and notice whether you feel your lower back lift off of your mat. If you're unable to keep your back flat, bring one foot to your mat while you keep the other foot raised. The key to this exercise is to maintain slow and controlled movements using your core for that control. On an exhale, slowly lower your left heel to touch your mat. Inhale, bringing your left foot up to meet your right, and exhale to drop your right heel down to your mat, all the while focusing on your core control and matching your movements to your breath. Exhale, left heel down to your mat, and inhale, back up, and exhale your right heel down to your mat, and inhale it back up. Continue these alternating each side, ensuring that your breath is matching each movement. Do not speed up your breathing to make the movements go more quickly. Rather, if you find yourself at a staggered breath, take a break or switch to keeping one foot on the ground. Go through 2 more rounds, each side matching the movements to your breath. When doing this exercise, keeping your hands on your abs helps to bring awareness to how your core is functioning. Pay close attention to make sure your belly isn't doming. This can make your abs feel like a bread loaf under your hands almost. You want your abdominals to feel as if they are wrapping around your body in support of it. If you find yourself doming while doing this exercise, keep one foot on the ground. On an inhale, bring your arms and legs out straight in front of you to lie on your back like a dead bug. Exhale, dropping your left leg and your right arm overhead. Inhale to bring them back to center, and exhale, dropping your right leg and left arm overhead. Notice how I keep my left arm bent before straightening out. This is due to a shoulder injury. Always remember that this is your practice, and if at any point in time you need to modify or stop, you can. During this exercise, the same rule applies for your lower back. You want it to be flat on your mat at all times, and if at any point in time you feel it raising up, you can drop one leg and focus on your arms moving overhead, or drop your arms and focus strictly on your legs moving. Bring both arms and legs back up out in front of you and inhale them into your chest. Exhaling, bringing your chin to your knees to relax your abs. Lay flat on your mat and reach your arms overhead while your toes reach to the opposite side of the room to give your abs a little stretch. Sitting up to face the front of your mat, bring your knees into your chest and take a moment to give yourself a little love. Thank your body for what it allows you to do each day. Remember that intention that you may have set at the beginning of class? Take a moment here to revisit that. When you're ready, Hold your knees in tight to your chest and sit up as straight as possible as we prepare for boat pose. Inhale deeply, and on your exhale, lean back on your sit bones and lift your legs out in front of you, arms stretched out beside them, fingertips actively reaching forward. If you can and would like to extend your legs out straight in front of you to take full boat pose, you may, but do not compromise the posture. Here you want your core actively engaged, chest proud and open. You can also bring your hands behind your thighs to assist you in the posture if necessary. Begin to slowly lower your upper and lower body simultaneously on an exhale, utilizing your lower core. Once you reach the bottom, inhale to bring yourself back into boat. Exhale to lower, and inhale, bringing yourself back up. Only do this if your core allows for it. You may also modify by extending only your legs and then bending them, or by simply staying in boat pose. Lower your feet to your mat and drop your knees out wide while your feet stay together for Supta Baddha Konasana. You may keep a hold of your feet and use your elbows against your thighs to deepen the stretch. Grab your water bottle and take a couple swigs. If you're using this, you can hold on to it, or if you'd prefer, you may use a block. If you have neither options, you can just pretend that you are holding onto something for our next exercise. With your chosen object in between both hands, have your feet and your arms directly out in front of you. Exhale to slowly lower down to your mat, arms overhead, feeling each vertebrae lower one at a time, until you have lowered completely, back flat on the mat, and arms overhead. On an inhale, bring your legs straight up, and exhale, slowly dropping your left leg while reaching around your right with your water bottle, block, or imaginary item in hand. Switch the item to your left hand, and inhale, dropping your upper body and bringing your hands back overhead while switching feet. Exhale, raising your upper body and bringing the water bottle back around the right-hand side of your left leg and switching the item to your right hand. Inhale, switch legs, drop your upper body, arms going overhead. Exhale, bringing your item around the right side of your right leg and switch hands. Inhale, switch legs and drop your upper body, arms going overhead. Exhale, bringing your item around the right side of your left leg and switch hands. Repeat this 3 more times on each side, matching each movement with your breath. When you have completed your last round, allow yourself to relax down to your mat. Let your toes splay out to each side, and allow your lower back to relax, lifting itself up from the mat. Give the abs that you just worked out so hard a nice rest. On an inhale, bring your knees into your chest and tuck your chin on an exhale, and then find yourself rolled over onto your stomach. Allow your left cheek to find the mat and bend at the knees and begin to windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Bring your legs down, allowing the tops of your feet to fall flat on your mat. Allow your forehead to come to center and rest on your mat. And inhale, bringing your arms up overhead. Exhale to lift your right leg and left arm. Inhale to release and exhale to lift your left leg and right arm. Alternate legs and arms, matching your breath to your movement. Notice the difference between exhaling to lift and inhaling to release versus exhaling to release and inhaling to lift. Allow your limbs to fall flat on the mat. And on your next inhale, lift your lower body and upper body off of the mat, reaching your arms and legs in opposite direction. Lower on an exhale, allowing your right cheek to find the mat, and slowly windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Roll over to find yourself on your back and bring your arms out to a T. Allow your knees to fall to your left hand side and let your gaze fall down the right arm to your fingertips. If it feels good to your body, you can straighten out your right leg and feel a deep stretch in your IT band. On an inhale, bring yourself back through center, arms at a T, and exhale, letting your legs fall to the right while your gaze goes down your left arm. If your body allows it on the left side, you can stretch your left leg out to feel that deep IT band stretch. Allow your body to enjoy this gentle spinal twist. With each deep inhale and each deep exhale, feel the small adjustments in your back as your body relaxes. Inhale, bringing your legs back through center, and begin to inch your heels closer to your seat. Gently lift your hips for bridge pose. If you need support, you can place your block under your sacrum, or you can bring your hands under your hips. The key is to ensure that your legs are activated here. Feet pushing through the floor, hamstrings, quads, and glutes all engaged, keeping your knees in line with your hips. Be sure that they do not collapse into one another. Exhale, slowly lowering your seat vertebrae by vertebrae to meet your feet. And inhale, pushing through your feet to raise your hips back up for one last bridge pose. Exhale, slowly bringing your hips back down to meet your mat. If there are any other postures you'd like to take today to allow your practice to feel more complete, you may do so. I typically enjoy going into plow pose at the end. Kind of allows for a nice massage for your inner organs. If plow pose is not in your practice today, you can take any other slight inversion, or you may lie on your back in preparation for shavasana. If you have taken any inversions or any other postures, begin to come out of them slowly and allow yourself to fall gently on your mat, legs and arms splayed out to the side. As we go into our final posture, corpse pose or shavasana, take a mental note of your body. Where are you now versus where you were at the beginning of this practice? Starting with the crown of your head, feel if there's any tension left, maybe in the forehead or in your eyebrows. Allow your jaw to loosen and the tongue fall from the roof of your mouth, allowing there to be a slight part in your lips. As you go down your body, check in with your neck, your shoulders, maybe some tension in your chest or in your belly, scanning over your forearms and your fingertips, all the way down to your hips and thighs, gently allowing your body to fully relax. Take one more deep inhale and long exhale. These breaths trigger our parasympathetic nervous system, allowing our body to rest and digest. Slowly begin to introduce small movements into your fingers and toes, bending at the finger joints. Begin to circle out your hands and your ankles. Reach your arms overhead and give your body a nice stretch. And when you're ready, make your way over to your favorite side, resting in a fetal position, head resting on your arm stretched out in front of you. Slowly push yourself up and find yourself in a seated position with your hands at heart center. Take one last moment to touch base with the intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of this practice. Give yourself just one more moment of love and thank your body for everything that it has allowed you to do today. I also would like to thank you for joining me in this practice today. The light in me honors, sees, and recognizes the light in all of you. Namaste.